Hello and welcome to part 15 of our Songs of Syx playthrough in the great city of Foremenlore, which is now starting to become a little bit bigger. In fact, we're nearly at 1,000 people if you add our population on a little bit more, which is pretty good going, to be quite honest. A little bit worried about our food stockpiles, it must be said, but other than that we're doing okay. We started getting our militia together in the last episode. They're training at the moment, just a bunch of our humans together. That should be pretty good. Maybe we can even get some tilapia archers in a bit, but we've got to unlock bows first. Well, let's carry on. Main thing is we need to get more people in. Our workforce needs to come up by quite a bit, but that's being helped out quite a lot by the fact that we've got a lot of our babies that have actually come up to start to work. If we have a little look at our population here, we can see that we've still got 42 children, but they're starting to grow up. And if we had a little look at our nursery, they're actually got back up to children now. I'm pretty sure they were babies last time. Maybe I misremembered. But either way, things are going pretty well for us so far. We're just going to keep a little bit of an eye on the food and see what happens. Everybody's very, very happy, which is good. And I wonder if part of that is because, yeah, more people are getting access to taverns. People do like taverns. So access to more services will make them happier. It means we can get more migrants and less likely to have some of those riots, which were not so great for us earlier on in the game. But yeah, other than that, things going pretty well. We're having a couple of deaths. That's from a brawl, it looks like. A couple of deranged people as well, so we maybe want to think about getting an asylum up at some point. The classic guard post next to the tavern, so we can just haul out any drunk louts and put them in the dungeon right next by. We do have a lot of prisoners, which isn't great. We might need to actually build another dungeon. I was kind of hoping we wouldn't have so many prisoners so soon, but I guess we just have a lot of ne'er-do-wells. Either way, at least we have our stock up so people can spend some time in the stocks. This at least lets them get out of prison quicker, so people get through the system a bit sooner, which is always nice when it happens. Now, where were we? We were struggling a little bit in terms of both our coal, our wood, and actually our stone as well. We're kind of running out of raw materials, so let's actually just get ourselves some felling going on. We'll fell all these trees over here. People should hopefully do that when they have time, and we'll start also clearing out this rock over here. How is this coal mine doing? We're just waiting for the furniture for that, and then when that's done, we can potentially start thinking about building up another housing area over here. Will we build into the caves? I'm not sure we will. Building into caves takes a long time. I'd rather actually just have kind of a more permanent kind of settlement over here, which, yeah, we might as well get that set up. So let's get some homes set up. We'll get some longhouses, make sure that they are stone. Indeed they are. Alright, yeah, we'll just build these at stone. We'll get some, I mean, we could build in slightly. As long as we're not like chiseling our way in, I think we'll be fine. We get like a nice kind of housing area over here, partially into the rock, partially built out of stone. I can't remember what humans feel about stone. I don't think they actually like it very much. Yeah, they really don't. So we could always carve that out. I kind of like the way it looks a bit more natural, to be honest, even if it's not the best thing to do. Let's get ourselves a nice little hearth that we can kind of put in the center of this housing block here, and we'll get ourselves as well a well. Go along with it, and we'll get ourselves some distribution as well. So we'll get ourselves kind of like a market area here, as well as a nice little food stall as well. We can maybe put some benches down the middle of it. I think that'd be nice. Yeah, there we go. Flip that around. There we are. And then we'll also get ourselves, that was a market. Yes, that was a market. We'll get ourselves a food stall as well, and we can maybe even put some flowers down there. That could be quite nice too. Just make this place look a little bit prettier. We'll need to think about a lavatory as well, and warehouse as well to store this coal so we can then transport it. But we'll worry about that in the future. We'll let people kind of just get around to making that. And you can actually see our population absolutely skyrocketing as our number of kids is growing up. Because we've got obviously the 32 humans that are in here. We've got our Quitonians as well. Training grounds going good. Got another carpenter that's there as well, still being built up. Yeah, we've got our Quitonians over here where we've got a pretty decent number of children. In fact, we can actually see them growing up as we're mousing over, which is great. They can at least help out in the fields. How is our fruit orchard doing? We do actually have some trees, and we are producing our own fruit from here now. Perfect. Any day now, there's going to be an event that causes us to have to cut them all down. But it's not today, so we can be happy about that. Potentially now that we're getting more of these people, we can think about getting more farms. Question is, what do we need more of? I mean, pretty much everything, to be quite honest. We probably could do with more grain, let's be honest. Grain is always good, as they said in Wall Street. That's what they said, right? And we'll just kind of build it along here. We can probably build quite a large one that can mirror along here. We'll leave a little bit of a gap. That's a bit too long. Yeah, I'd rather... let's bring that down slightly. I'd rather build all the way up to the edge of the river here where the land's more fertile than down towards our warehouse. So we'll just, yeah, we'll build until it can't be built anymore. Perfect. People can go work over there as well. But yeah, overall things go pretty well. Once we get through this worker shortage, once we have a bit of a surplus of workers, we'll be able to do a little bit more with our stuff. People are actually working on these houses, which is great as well. Let's build ourselves a logistics warehouse over here. We can collect the coal from over here as well. We'll just build this kind of like next to the mountain too. We'll just build a small one over here. A couple of crates just for some storage. Bish bash bosh. Perfect. Nice little door. Door over here as well. And one here. Perfect. Build a warehouse, build a small sort of housing settlement because we'll need it for the coal. And then we can potentially get some haulers just to haul the coal down over to where our smelters are. Or even potentially move them. It's kind of 6s or 2 3s whether we want to have our smelters down here. Because there is the iron here. We are already mining it, but there's also iron up over here. How's our clay pit doing? Not doing too bad. We could upgrade it with some of our metal, which honestly isn't a bad shout. Yeah, let's do that. We will upgrade our clay pit just so we can mine some more clay. Good stuff. Means we have to rely a little bit less on imports for our pottery, which is always nice. Now, when it comes to additional things, we could build ourselves a bathhouse. We do need coal for that though, so we do need a surplus of coal. I don't really want to build another charcoal because we already don't produce enough wood. So we'll just have to continue to chop down the forests. I'm sure the elves are very happy about that. But the main thing is getting more people in, which will happen over the slow patch time. The Talapi are actually pretty upset. What are they upset about? They're lacking in their access to wells, it seems like. It's strange, but there we go. That's a good point. We probably also want to get ourselves at least a speaker over here, if not a stage. So, yeah, there we go. We can put a speaker over here. And then we can think about beautifying it up with some decorations. If we maybe get some trees that go along there, we could get flowers, which I think would be nicer. Yeah, we just kind of put flowers here. Kind of in between the market stalls, I think that'll look quite nice. And we'll just build up stuff over here. Good going. Maybe we just want to hunt these guys over here as well. Accident has occurred. Okay, at least we've got the hospital, because that's quite a few accidents, and we don't want to lose all those children that have just pretty much just spawned. How's our Globdine pasture doing? It's doing alright. Not the most number of animals overall, it must be said. 44 here, 37, 43. We almost kind of need to import more animals. We're struggling a little bit there. But we'll just have to see how we do. Main thing is we're doing pretty good for housing. Population going up ever so slightly. We're doing okay for days of food, though the majority of that is rations, it must be said. So people will be eating mostly that. But that's all thanks just to our plentiful number of fisheries. Yeah, there's no degradation here anymore, which is good. That was probably hurting our fisheries quite a bit. How about over here? Nothing there. There is no degradation over here. Good. That's good. That means that we've got janitors pretty much covering everything. We will probably need another one up over here, which we could put next to our warehouse. Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. And as always, janitor is in the last place you look. That's just the way of things. Let's make sure that we're carving over this wall, please. Thank you. There we go. And then we will build ourselves just a small workstation. It can just be a smaller janitor. It doesn't require to be one of the bigger ones like we've had before. We get our efficiency in the go. Perfect. Only employing 5 janitors this time, but it could be a bit smaller. We can always expand out or build more if we need to. This mountain is very, very good for us. There's plentiful ores, there's smithorian, there's 2 stocks of gems, there's iron. Really, really nice place for us, but obviously it doesn't have the woodland that we expect from down here. This is a small opium patch, something to keep in mind of, especially now that we are actually out of opium and we can't really grow it very well. In fact, I don't think we even have the technology to unlock it. Speaking of technology, we're doing pretty good for that. Now, I do really want to hold off and get better research through libraries, or even just from advanced laboratories, but that's quite expensive and we are worrying a little bit about our food situation. So we could think about getting some better agriculture, potentially even getting hybrid optimization just for the +10 in everything. It is more expensive than these ones. I mean, quite considerably more expensive, but yeah, I mean, we are more worried about our food than anything else. So yeah, let's maybe just allocate some additional knowledge there. I think that's pretty good. We've allocated quite a bit, maybe even just a little bit more, just so we can get a higher yield out of all of our kind of farms here. Because as much as we have an okay stockpile of veggies and fruit, we are really relying on imports to keep that up, which isn't preferable if we can get around it. And there we go. Just like that, harvest is done. How is the old warehouse over here doing? It's doing alright. Insufficient workers, a little bit of a shame, but can't be helped. Long as these people be herding and getting the goods. That's the main thing. Are these guys actually in range of this warehouse? They are not. Maybe that's why they're struggling so much to produce. Potentially we want to build another warehouse over here. Oh, another accident. Oh, guys, come on. You gotta be a little bit more careful on the job. This is where we find out they actually pay for healthcare and we're just constantly causing accidents to help the budget. So yeah, let's build ourselves another smaller-ish warehouse over here. Like so. We'll require some more workers, but we can always store the animals, the hides, the cotton, etc. in there as well. Still waiting on the furniture over here. And we're just slowly but surely building this up, and that's just because we're lacking the raw resources, because we do not have the odd jobbers available. Again, a little bit of a shame. If we had more workers, I would also want to put down more laboratories, just so we can get up to that higher level of research. And this lavatory is very, very stinky. 100% requirement, or 100% load for the services. And that is not a euphemism, thank goodness. Yeah, we maybe want to have a little double check of our services here and there. This hearth needs to be upgraded, so let's do that. That should actually make the people living over here, which seems to be a lot of it. Well, it's obviously our tilapis, because they're going to be over here hunting, so that should make them a bit happier. We'll also need another little guard post over by our new area, just to keep the peace. So we'll put that, we can put that there. Oh, that fits in perfectly. Nice. Love it when things work by accident. How are we doing out over here? Still mining a bunch of stone there that we could collect, so hopefully people will be doing that. Actually, how are our warehouses doing? Yeah, they're only 8 people, that's fine. We still have some crates over here that we could store some things in, which we probably should. We have got one for the coal already. We could store some other stuff too. Let's actually just get storage ready for gears. We've got storage ready for shields, because we will be producing shields. In fact, we may... There we go. Yeah, we've got our carpenter there. It's upgraded. We're producing out our hammers now, which we're also doing here. So let's change this recipe over, and we'll start to make ourselves some shields, which we can then give over to our militia to make them a little bit more survivable in combat. Alright, work people. Good stuff. Keep it on the go. And the main thing is we're getting these things built. People are quite enjoying the well, which is nice. Yeah, we're very, very low on our raw resources. I don't really want to chop this forest in case we want to build more woodcutters, but we do also have lots of access to forest over here, and it is quite close to our central area, so... Decisions to make. We do also have this very forest area over here by another accident. Guys, stop having accidents. We do have another really forest area over here, which if we're not going to use for food production, we could use for some kind of logging industry. And to be fair, we're quite in a forested map, all things considered. Quite fortunate in that way, given how reliant on wood we are for coal. But I suppose if we lower down the charcoaler, which we probably can do for just now, because there's just not really that many people working at the moment, because we just don't have the wood. We're not producing the coal anyway, so, you know, why don't you guys come out and help out with the labor shortage? Could even put another 5 people on the stone, just so they can mine that out. Not really the best in terms of deposits, it must be said. I don't think we have any other... No, we got one more stone down over here. Again, stone deposits not particularly great, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. At least it's a renewable way of getting stone. Given that our only other way is to either import it or just clear rocks, as we have been doing. We are quite near a mountain, so the more we kind of go into the mountain, the more stone we will get as well, which will also help us. And just like that, now that we're no longer using up all of those charcoalers, we actually have, for the first time in I think probably about 3 or 4 episodes, a positive workforce. That's great. And everybody's feeling very positive about it. I mean, look how happy all these humans are. 80% happiness, fantastic. And we've actually got a fairly considerable size of Kryptonians and Dorians as well now. We'll maybe pop them up to 200. Same with Talapi. Talapi are not very happy. I imagine that's because of their religion. I mean, to be fair, they're converted pretty well. People are not very happy with the graveyards. The graveyard's currently full. They are because of those accidents. That's why people are starting to get a little bit annoyed at us. So let us build... We build a very large graveyard, but we don't really have the stuff for it yet. So we'll just build another little small one. We'll put it over by the hunters' huts. They're probably more likely to die than anybody else, just due to the danger of their job. But yeah, we're actually doing pretty well for rations. Maybe we should actually add in some more rations, because the good thing is the rations are counted for our days of food, and they store exceptionally well. You can see when they're inside a warehouse, the spoilage rate is about 3% per year. So if it makes people happier just having more, and we're producing more than enough, great. We could even think about exporting a little bit if it's over a certain amount, which I also don't think is too terrible an idea. Right, let's stop exporting this for now, please. I think we don't really want to do that. Let's instead, we'll start to, as we just kind of said there, we'll start to export rations, but only if we are over, or pull them, only if they're over 62%. We'll make a little bit of money doing that as well. Maybe cut into the amount of our food that we have a little bit too, but hey ho. And the main thing is that we're not exporting any of our very, very, very valuable coal, which we are still needing to get enough tools. We're doing pretty alright with tools as well. We could try and export tools more than something like, I mean, paper. We haven't got much of a surplus of paper. That's because we're out of wood, isn't it? That'll be why. Let's shift away from paper exports. We were making good money off of that. Let's actually start exporting tools, which also fetch a fair price. And we've got a fair number of it, and that will only go up as we get more coal. Alright, how are we doing over here? We're still constructing, that's fine. Yeah, you guys are still constructing. Can't get your radius any higher than that, unfortunately, but we can build a warehouse and we can get them to collect some stuff from the other warehouses too. Still not really bringing up any kind of raw resources. Let's get ourselves some more woodcutters. 31 should be fine, and we'll get ourselves another 5 stone miners. We'll potentially even have a little look at the research, because it shouldn't be that much to start to upgrade things like this. Yeah, let's get... I mean, 250 is a little bit more expensive than I was hoping, but let's get one of them. We could also get more ore. We could also make our charcoalers even more efficient, but it's our wood that's the issue, it's not that. Let's actually get some advanced forestries going. Yeah, reducing wood consumption would be very nice, but can't get that. Yeah, let's just get 2 levels in advanced forestry, and that should also help us get a little bit more wood as well. Especially with the 31 people that are currently working here. Now, in terms of housing, we are going to need more houses over here, because there's obviously more people here. And whenever that happens, people get a little bit upset. So yeah, we'll build some lovely little long houses here for people to stay in. This hearth is being used a fair amount, but it's got good enough available services. Where is the lavatory over in this area is the question. Is that why people are a bit annoyed? Is because, no, there is. So yeah, it is 100% load, so we will need to build another one. We'll just copy it. And where can we pop it down that would look nice? I mean, the overhang isn't too bad there, but I prefer if it didn't, so we'll just put it over here by these houses. There we go. Another lavatory should hopefully keep people a little bit happier. That should be us good to go. Doing pretty okay with food. You can actually see we're far beyond our export. This fruit orchard's really starting to kick out the fruit now, which is good. The vegetables we've pretty much used all instantly. That's fine. People need to be fed. We have got, as we say, a surplus of population at the moment in terms of our number of workers, so we'll try and stick that where possible. A strange murder has occurred. A murder has occurred, but this murder is different. The victim is a human by the name of Swain's Wallow. The body was found with his heart removed. Perhaps this was done while the victim was alive, but we're hoping it was post-mortem. What is even more disturbing is a note that was left itself. We must hope and pray this criminal is stopped and found. You should have stayed out of my way. Now your organs will never see the light of day again, but don't worry. They'll be put to good use in my collection. The collector. Let's hope he doesn't assume direct control. Yeah, a little bit worrying there, the fact that we do actually have some kind of murderer going about, but yeah, we'll just have to see. Let's have a little see. Yeah, so we can see here that people are much happier with the fact that we do actually have graveyards working again. People will be far, far happier with the fact that we're able to do that. Now, how are we doing for our shrines? Yeah, our shrines are doing alright. We should maybe actually think about building more shrines elsewhere just so people have access to them. We can see that majority of the places where people live, they don't have access to shrines. None of these guys over here do. So let's actually just do that. We will build another shrine to Crater. It can just be a little small one. Doesn't need to be one of the big massive ones. I mean, even something like this would be fine. We can build that there. And then we'll also do another shrine to Thuri. And build that there. Perfect. That should then handle up the religion need for these houses here. Also these houses here. And just make our farmers a little bit happier. Do we need to expand these houses out as well is the other question. I think we might have to. Just a little bit, just so people are actually living nearby. How is this lavatory doing? It's still got available services, it's okay. This food stall, pretty high load. The market stall, it's doing alright. Nothing too bad, we'll put it that way. Which is always good. Yeah, people just working away. No, we're actually okay in terms of houses here. We've got two long houses, one that's vacant, one that only has one Kryptonian in it. How about over here? We got any vacant houses that I can see? Doesn't really look like it. Makes sense. This is more of our kind of populated area. So we will have to worry a little bit more about our living conditions over here. Do we want to build another laboratory? We do have a lot of people, and we can build somewhat of a science slum over here, so let's do it. Sounds funny to me, so let's do it just now. Yeah, let's build... Can we build another house there? No, we gotta have it like that. That's fine. And we'll build some more houses on the other side as well. Perfect. Should increase people's ability to get houses. Also helps because our inner city is currently quite diverse in terms of people that work there. So having all these different houses means that we can have houses for our humans, for our dwarves, for our Kryptonians, etc. when we need them. And over here we're doing pretty well. We managed to get everybody in. We got these houses mostly built. A couple of services here. Let's upgrade this hearth. That well's already upgraded. Good stuff. We're almost got that guard post done. And how are we doing for our raw resources? Still not that great. Still not that great. Not too happy about that. Is this warehouse actually in range of these guys over here? Indeed he is. Good. Alright, so he's in range of everybody, so there should be collecting wood from these guys here. Yeah, we can see they just don't really have that much wood. Even with the tools, the amount of tools that we're giving to them, and the fact they should be producing quite a lot, we're just going through wood so quickly. Maybe a little bit of an issue, but hey-ho, we'll just have to deal with it when we can. This coal mine is getting constructed now that people are kind of living over in this area here. We're getting the janitor done, we're getting the warehouse done. Once this coal mine's up, we can put a bunch of people to work there and then start shipping the coal down to where we need it. And that will kind of lessen our need for this charcoal. It will also lessen our reliance on our woodcutter because we're using less coal. We'll still keep this charcoal around because it makes a really nice kind of emergency stop kind of thing. Or sorry, not emergency stop, but certainly emergency stop of shortages. If only my brain hadn't shorted out while I was speaking as well. Long day at work, all things like that. But yeah, no, so the coal mine is actually getting... Ah, there we go, I knew it was coming. The Narnworm infection has come. There's nothing left to do but chop down the infected trees. At least we got one good year of harvests, eh? Every time this happens. Never mind. We got one pretty decent year of harvests, so I can't really complain. And touch on wood, we haven't had another visit from the collector yet. So Shepard should be fine for another day. And let's actually build up some more longhouses as well. Yes. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, like so. We'll build up some more houses. We're actually doing all right in stone now. I guess it's because we're probably collecting it up. So let's get some stone, some wood storage over here. We're going to be collecting a lot of coal. What else will we need over here? We'll probably need some food storage of some kind. So we'll just get the basic fruit, veg, some meat, some fish, maybe some rations as well, just so people can grab them from the warehouse, get some bread as well. I don't think we've actually had bread that hasn't been immediately taken from the bakery in quite some time. That's probably because of the lack of coal. And just like that, all of our workers are gone because we now have coal miners. Fantastic. Let's immediately give them as many tools as we can. We can't upgrade the coal mine, unfortunately, because we don't have the metal for it. But having all these guys working away in the coal mine should give us pretty decent output. There is more coal up here, so we could always expand this up and have this as a big, very big coal mine. But I think for just now, 38 people there, I think that'll be good enough. And we got our guard post done, so at least this place is mostly policed. Not quite at the coal mine itself, but at least the residential area, I can live with that. Growth of our fruit farms is showing much promise this year. The gods willing harvest will be bountiful. Fantastic. On one hand, the gods took away our fruit trees, but on the other hand, they made our farms better, so Cyrus has blessed us. There's a lot of grain sitting over at this farm, guys. I'd be more happy if you actually went ahead and, you know, grabbed it. Do we actually have storage for grain here? Yeah, we do. It is full, to be fair. So where can we go? So let's actually start pulling from this warehouse, and we will pull, yeah, we'll just say start pulling stuff from here, because we want to make sure that our main settlement has the ability to keep food, because this is where most of our population is. We'll also start pulling out from over here, and we'll just pull out stone, wood, anything kind of we got stored there, especially the coal. Coal will be a big part of this that we really need to keep a better eye on. But you can see here that our coal stockpiles are starting to shoot up, and that's because we've got all of our people working there, which is great. And we've even got another laboratory done, and this time is actually upgraded to immediately, so we should start to see our science going up quite considerably. And that will definitely help us. Money, I was about to say we're doing very well for money, but that's suddenly shot down. We're maybe being a little bit aggressive with the pooling of the rations. Let's just do it if it's over 90%. So we can have a good, nice stockpile of rations up. And that should be good for us. I'll have to keep a little eye on our iron ore as well, the levels of that. Currently we've got a decent stockpile of 320. And a whole bunch of housing places, but yeah, we'll have to keep a little eye on it. Bretonians are actually expanding pretty well. So are the Nidorians. Nidorians are expanding pretty happily. The humans, I feel like we're not getting many immigrants anymore. I think just because the number of immigrants is kind of annoying them a little bit. At the very least, we're still getting our nurseries going. Stone miner away. Woodcutter, yeah, we're using a lot of wood. I guess it makes sense. We got our paper maker, we got our charcoaler. All the stuff that we require that makes wood, or needs wood. All of our carpenters. So let's actually just boost this up even further. Once we get access to machinery, I mean, that's an awful lot of machinery. Not sure I'm too happy about that, but we should be making 3,000 wood a year off that, so that will definitely help us quite a bit. Serial killer. May the gods save us. The collector struck again. Malgar coffee maker 30 was found this morning. Again, a human. Again, the body had its hearts removed. Hearts? Okay. My lord, we are dealing with serial killer. Preying on our human subjects. Fear and discontent is growing. Collector must be stopped at all costs. Another note was found. You thought you could escape me. You were wrong. Your organs will join the others in my collection, whether you like it or not. 2 eyewitnesses claim to have seen Ilaria Acridun at the scene of the crime. Suspect has been interrogated, and while claiming innocence, acts very suspiciously. You arrest this person, get confession through torture. I'm going to say no, because, I mean, you can just get somebody to confess to anything through torture. You do it well enough, so we'll say no. We're not that bad to our people. We haven't even enslaved anybody much yet. Just ignore those 16 people. Or, sorry, not people, slaves. Whoop. Gotta be careful what you say now. Could be Garthemes anywhere that could be listening in. Alright, so we're still waiting for our livestock to fully come in. We got a nice little road coming out here. We should probably definitely road up from here. We could have a nice kind of like vertical road go almost directly up. So close to going directly. In fact, if we move that hearth, that would almost be a straight shot, but not quite. These houses are just ever so slightly not correct. So let's get ourselves another big road. Yeah, we'll do it from here. See how that does. Oh, it's so close. So close, but it's fine. We can have kind of like a little square here. Little stone square. Put some stuff in there. We can put some flowers in here as well, just to improve the place up a little bit. Might as well. I mean, certainly with flowers, it's just cost stone and wood, so you can just build some like nice flowers over here. And that should make people a little bit happier. You can even think about unlocking statues now that we're starting to get the research as well. Yeah, overall things going pretty well. And with that, I think we'll actually call the episode here, even though things are progressing, but that murder has really taken it out of me. So just want to say thank you very much for watching. If you like what we do, consider becoming a member of the Burger Band in order to get earlier access to videos as soon as they're uploaded. And also, if you wanted to come and become one of our nobles, you can do so in the comments down below. Just let me know what noble you'd like to be, and if you have any preference of your station, and we'll try and get that done for you. As mentioned, join the Burger Band does let you have access to videos earlier, and also gives you some other additional benefits should you want it. You can do that on YouTube or Patreon or Coffee. Links down below. Everything is greatly appreciated. But most importantly, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and until next time, take care.